Okay, well, I don't know if you saw the last video. I sorted out the gearbox. Yep, that's all lovely now, changing, no problems. So that is all fixed. However, when I was out test riding, we had a little problem. As you can see, the little stub is out. Yeah, that will push right in. That is just pushed in there like that. Yeah, that actually worked its way out, and that was sort of sticking out about that far on the pipe, still attached. Yeah. The other side seems to be okay. That is tight in. That won't actually go any tighter in. That's fully, because they have to be seated right up against the sort of flange piece there. This end has to seat against there. I even did put this in the lathe and take a little bit off extra just to see if that would then tighten up and seat, but no, that won't. And you can see if I get the torch, might get to see better. Looks like there has been some sort of previous repair done here. There's an edge, and there's a little bit goes up there as well. So something has been done. I can't quite make out what this is, whether that is a resin or whether that's just a bit of weld has been put in there. Yeah, so yeah, so I need to solve that. Now, I had a look on the forums, usual thing. I'd read through some a typical Triumph problem. Seems to be an ongoing thing with these when they start to get a bit old. I didn't actually check this head at the time when I was building this engine, because this had already been done. That had already had new valves, new seats, new guides fitted, new springs, and the stubs were already in there, so I didn't really look at it any further. So obviously whoever did this head weren't really that bothered about the stubs, or perhaps they were okay at the time. Yeah, so that's a bit of a nuisance. Yeah, so a couple of solutions. One's to try wrapping some brass, what do you call, shim stock, brass shim stock around there, and see if that will then tighten into there, or fit an oversized stub, which I've got here. So I think that, oh, here. Yeah, so I think that will be the first thing I'll try. This is 10 thou oversized, I think. Yeah, 10 thou oversized. So I'll try getting that in there first. I've cleaned all this out, and well, we'll see if that does anything. If not, we might have to put a little bit of brass in as well. I can't get it tight enough. Yeah. So we'll give this a go and see what happens. The only other thing I was thinking of is, which unfortunately would mean taking the head off the engine, I did think about just boring this out and making a spigot, just a push-in spigot, as if it was a push-in exhaust rather than a push-over. The A50 BSA A50 just pushes in. That seems to work okay. Don't seem to get any leaks from it. So if I was to make a good fitting spigot, I can't see that would be would be any sort of problem. But yeah, I'll try this first. I don't really want to be stripping that head off unless I have to. Right, here goes. That's still starting to, yep, starting to seat there. That is going a little way in before it starts to seat. Let's see if we can pick up a thread. That's going to be the tricky bit. Is getting a square on a thread. How are we looking? It's quite hard to tell. Just simply going in. Still a little bit of movement there. The next size up was 20,000. I think that would have been too big. Couldn't get a 15 really. A little bit of wiggle. Right, I stopped. Still wiggling. What I need is for this to go seat right against the boss at the back. Right, let's have a look. Yeah, there still needs to go a little bit. And this is where it gets tricky. I need to get some sort of leverage. Probably not the right sort of tool to be using. Still not fully seated. It's now getting tight. Still needs to be in a bit more to get fully seated. This is getting tricky now because I'm at the wrong sort of angle to be using this. Right, I have to find some other sort of lever. Oh, that's so close. That's almost there. I'll try and do this without this spanner slipping. I think we might just about be there. Let's see if we can get something better on it. More leverage and I ain't gonna go. Let's try this again. Probably got to bend this punch. Fraction more. Not doing the punch any good. But yeah, it is only a cheap punch. I think that might be it. Right, don't know whether I'll be able to get the camera down there. little bit of a hole, because this is what caused the problem in the first place. If they're allowed to get loose and they start vibrating, I ain't gonna go in there. Just bending that up. That might be as far as I can get it. That's not quite touching the back there, but it is tight. I would like to give that another quarter turn, really. I need to find something that'll will take it. That punch is just too soft. Right, let's have another little look around. Right, well, that's about as tight as I can get that. That ain't quite touching, I don't think. I can maybe get the end of this pick in there, but they ain't going to go any tighter than that. Unless I relieve the threads a bit. I don't really want to be taking that out again because it is pretty solid. The only thing I can do is try it and hope it's going to work. So yeah, we'll get the exhaust back on and we just have to run it and hope for the best. That's all we can do with that, I think. Yeah, and like I say, if it doesn't work, I'll just make these push in. I'll make some push in versions of these rather than threading, and yeah, go as they are on the A50, which just push in. Although this will be a spigot, push in spigot, and then exhaust, same as this but just smooth, and that'll be bored out. Yeah, right, I think that's all we can do with that, and yeah, I'll keep you updated if that starts to go loose again. But yeah, that's pretty tight in there. There we are. That's those back on, and yeah, we just have to see how that goes. Hopefully that'll be okay. Yeah, if not, we'll have to take the head off. Oh yeah, the other thing, I was having a little bit of a thing about was the primary drive oil. According to the Haynes manual, it should be 10/30. Which, trying to get mineral 1030, yeah, good luck with that one. I did have some straight 30 which I tried, but I had a lot of problems with the clutch plates were just sticking together, weren't releasing, having trouble disengaging the clutch. So I've actually put some, which always seems strange to me. People say they use it and it's okay. Yeah, so I've actually put some transmission fluid in there, some automatic transmission fluid, and yeah, that does actually seem to be okay. Much lighter obviously than 30 grade, and yeah, so far I've not noticed any slipping or anything like that. Disengages really easily. Clutch is nice and light, so yeah, I'm going to run with that for a while. I was always a bit, it seems a bit strange to me, people put ATF in there, but there we are, seems to work, so I'll go with it. What else? Oh, I don't know if I did say, but I've actually got my switch on the side there now. Yeah, so that's a lot better. Don't have to keep lifting the seat up and using the although I have still got it in here. using that. That was my ignition switch. I'll just leave that switched on now. Yep, so that's that all sorted out. So I'm pretty much done really, hopefully. Yeah, as long as this don't come loose again. Just a matter of keeping an eye on it. And yeah, I'm still looking for a solution to these filters. I tried the pancake ones, the ones that should go on there, but they hit the pipe here. So I need some shorter taps or different design or something. Which yeah, just getting out for them. Or some offset back plates for my filters, for the proper filters that go on there. But these work okay for now. Yeah, so oh, and a mirror. That is only a plastic one. Yeah, just picked that up at a Auto Jumble. Yeah, that's okay. Until I can find some pennies and get a bar end on there for a bar end mirror. But yeah, that's better than nothing. Right, I think that will do for this video. It's only a little short one. Yeah, and hopefully that's solved the problem.